Be well, everyone, and welcome to Wellness Beyond the Witchlight. Well. My name's Philip, and I'm your wellness master. And here on Long Lost Lore, we have Lauren, Laura, and Liv. It's interesting because their initials are the same as the initials of this channel. And if you guys, if I have to spell out why that's kind of like a quirky, cool thing, then we're going to be here a while, because I feel like that's such a simple concept. If I have to explain it further, that's going to take a long time. How are you doing tonight, players?
Totally super.
Totally
Wonderful.
super. Wonderful.
Okay.
I'm so glad to hear that. Well, I mean, as in be well. Let's get down to various fun things. We have a lot of exciting stuff going on this old stream. We have I guess really at this point, because it's been 2 weeks, we should just recap what happened, because to be perfectly honest, I don't totally remember either. Last time, our guests here in Prismere ventured to further into the Palace of Heart's Desire. They've been sort of skirting around confusion about what's really going on here, whether or not they were invited, who invited them, all these things. There's a lot of things that didn't quite add up. What it is this whole Hourglass Coven has been up to, all these kinds of questions. Why there's weapons called the frog blade and toad hammer, you know, all sorts of lingering things. But we actually got a couple of answers last time when Lotara and Alexis went up a tall beanstalk, a tall tower that was sort of shifting upon a beanstalk high above the rest of the Palace of Heart's Desire, where they encountered yet another amphibious individual, a toad named Ygric.
I love Ygritte.
Ygric has seemingly no connection to the toad hammer, for he is not a toad at all, but in fact a quasit. And he is the familiar of Zybilna. Except apparently Zybilna is not her real name. And the group learned that Zybilna sometimes goes by the name of Igwilv, which I cannot recall if any of you even passed specifically an Arcana or History check on that name. But Igwilv is sort of the, well, Igwilv has another name, and you guys actually did deduce her true name, which is Natasha, as in Tasha, of the Hideous Laughter. This was sort of disclosed to you, and he sort of confirmed this information to you, because, as far as Ygritte can tell, his friend, he's not really a familiar, he's kind of a companion, but apparently Ygwilv is stuck in the same temporal distortion that occurred here at the palace that has trapped not only her, but several of the guests, much of the staff, and members of 2 distinct groups who showed up and are sort of, the fact that they're both here is a bit of a, is a bit of a problem. There's the League of Malevolence. That's really the one he was talking to. They were brought here for treatment, and their presence coupled with the presence of the Hourglass Coven, who Ygwilv apparently kind of was outplayed by, according to Ygric, this toad, managed to trap her in time. He's given the group some information on how to get her out of this. They can either touch a unicorn horn to her. He happened to have one with him, based on a ridiculous roll, because I hadn't rolled where it was located yet on the random table. So you have that. Latara actually has some winged boots, which is a nice touch. When you have trouble talking to flying animals, it sure is nice to be able to fly. He did also mention that another way they could sort of undo this for everyone is basically if you touch a creature with his unicorn horn and say their true name, they will become unfrozen in time, or you could just destroy her cauldron. That would unfreeze everyone, but that might, complicate matters pretty considerably. and she might not be happy about it. All that being said, this is all kind of like, yeah, whatever, cool, sure, little mission, fine. The main mission is the one he gave to Latara. And I'm going to be totally honest, Ygritte did not seem completely confident that Latara was going to pull this off.
Whoa.
He was also very confused that Alexis could not understand him. Or the fact that Olanius could understand him. I guess actually, Fritzy, I will mention to you, I made an executive decision. Basically, this was a toad talking in a heavy Cockney accent, and for whatever reasons, both KJ and Tyler made the decisions that their characters just could not understand a word he was saying as like a joke, and he was getting very frustrated. And then I sort of rolled on Fritzy's behalf. Fritzy also she said she couldn't understand him, even though she could. She was just being Fritzy.
Yay.
So, in any case,
that would actually be very much a Fritzy thing.
Yeah, felt on the right thing. Oh, there's also a giant owl named Bloody Beak, and there's a Jabberwock running around. Bloody Beak is frozen in time. The Jabberwock is not. So, deal with some of this information. But the main task, Latara, that has been appointed to you, and if you cannot find a way, no one will, is that when you free Igwilv, or Zybilna, or Natasha, whatever her name is, you have to tell her
that Morton Kanan sent me.
Yes.
And that Melf has been doing great.
Yep.
And Lemood is just wonderful, and Bigby just is employee of the month.
Yeah. Just basically talk up all the other people who've had spells named after them. That is all Ygritte wanted out of this. He's also not loving anything about the vibe that Alexis is giving off. Because Alexis is so excited to be around a famous person, he, of course, wants Tasha's identity as Zybilna to be a secret. If he had a better read on Fritzy, he'd probably already know that this is there's no chance in hell. Between Alexis and Fritzy, this secret is definitely out, so sucks to be Tasha. In any case, the group then descended, sort of armed with this new plan to move through the palace. And while going, Alanius fell and raged for the first time all campaign, in order to prevent taking all the damage upon landing on the ground. So, boy, that was a long recap, and I still barely remember all this. How's that? Any other questions? Anybody remember anything I'm leaving out?
Nope.
Okay. Oh, also, from a month ago, there's this thing where there's some doors that don't open because you got to put a crown on one head or another, and if you don't do it right, stuff disappears. Honestly, when we get to that part, Alexis and Alanius can just talk you through it if you guys don't remember. I honestly don't remember. It's so complicated. It's like an old school RPG video game where you got to switch the red button so all the red doors open, then you go through and do the thing and come back out and switch to the blue doors, then you go through. Yeah, you get it. So with that, you find yourselves back in this kitchen. You've come out of the servants' quarters. In this kitchen, which is ruined kind of because this beanstalk had sort of grown its way in, there are two doors leading further sort of into the tower, sort of to the north. One is on the right side of the room, one is on the left. There are a bunch of like frozen pixies in the middle of decorating a giant cake in here, an 8-foot tall multi-tiered cake. And that is the scene that you sort of re-enter. We were here briefly last time, but that is sort of the scene you see. So yeah, there are these two other doors that you can take, sort of to the north out of this room. One is to the left, one is to the right.
Does anyone have an inkling? I say we go left.
That's fine with me.
Lovely. Then to the left you go. The door is unlocked, as it happens. And what you see ahead of you is a hallway about 40 feet long, very nicely decorated, kind of on the walls with these kind of interesting, pretty looking sort of depictions of life in Prisby or how it used to be. You don't see any creatures in this hall. The hallway is going to turn to the left up ahead, and it sounds like there's like maybe some kind of larger chamber up there, but you do sort of see, cutting at like a 45-degree angle backwards, there's a steep, thin staircase, large enough for even Alanius to sort of squeeze through, but it's like definitely a one at a time situation, and it's kind of cutting back and leading up. And I will say geographically, Rival, you stepped out onto a balcony, and you saw kind of like a swirling vortex, and you saw these weird towers up at the top of this vortex, if you recall. Based on your just being a ranger and your kind of just proficiency in survival, you can tell this is probably leading up to a tower based on the angle and the placement and how far you've gone thus far. And then beyond that is, a hallway that leads to who knows what. So you can go straight, or you can turn around and go up some stairs.
Let's go straight.
Go straight. Lovely.
It is boring, but fine.
You reach a you reach the end of this hall, you turn, and you find yourself looking at a spiral staircase. The spiral staircase leads up.
My favorite.
Can I see if I can see anything like up, or is it?
Sure. Make a perception check looking up there.
That is a 6.
6.
Yes.
You cannot see anything. I should also mention that beyond this spiral staircase, there is a double door. So, there you go.
Well, I say we go up.
You want to go up this one? So basically, you've passed up this one. Wonderful. All right. As you guys begin walking up these stairs, who's going first? Fritzy?
Sure.
Cool. Fritzy, as you begin sort of heading up this staircase, you notice you basically see a terrifying ghostly banshee hovering there mid-terrifying scream, kind of like not moving, suspended in time.
So it's like frozen in the scream?
Mm-hmm.
Can I stick out my tongue and like,
You can. There is no response as you do that.
Now I see this.
If you come up the stairs, I mean, yeah, you were sort of like trying to look, and all you saw was the bottom of some stairs. But yes, if you follow Fritzy up, you do find this.
Okay. Am I familiar with these type of beings? Are they like evil or?
Make an Arcana check or a
Is it
religion
posable?
check.
Can I
if
pose
you'd
it?
rather. Posable. That's an interesting question.
Posable?
20.
Nat 20. Hey, great.
Yes. And either 23.
All right. Well, yes, these tend to be fairly evil, although they are not exclusively evil. Sometimes here in Prismere, creatures wind up being a little bit, not everything that's typically bad is bad. Not everything that's typically good is good. But yes, generally speaking, banshees are these sort of like baleful former. I think they're always former elves, in fact, and they tend to try to sort of they're just undead filled with spite, but they are undead spirits.
I would like to bonk it on the head with Toad Hammer.
No, I want to pose it.
All right. So Fritzy is trying to pose the creature. Fritzy, you find that manipulating its limbs, it's sort of strange. Like you're especially because this thing's not really corporeal. Your hands are kind of passing through it. But Rival is going to try to hit it with Toad Hammer. Is that correct? Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll at advantage.
14. Wait, where am I? 14 plus 4?
Okay. Yeah, an 18 will hit a Banshee. Okay, the Banshee has to make a wisdom saving throw then. What is the do you have the DC there written for a Toad Hammer? I think it's 15. Academic, she rolls a 3 on the die. So yes. This ghostly Banshee transforms before your eyes to a incorporeal toad who has its face in the same, expression of riveted horror, kind of, except now it's just a little ghostly toad.
It's not moving still.
Still not moving. And somewhere, something that finally got used, Iggy Hop, I think you named him. Iggy Hop finally got used to being a toad.
Iggy Hop!
Iggy Hop, outside on Snailer Swift, is now once again a twig blight. And is like, crouched like a toad, is just like, I was just used to that.
What's his mood like? Do we know?
You're not there, but it's not great.
Oh no!
He's kind of
Poor Iggy Hop.
Yeah, I don't know. You gotta remember that you always undo someone when you turn somebody else into a toad. Rival turns it into a toad. Cool.
I wanted to see if it would make it move, even as a toad.
It seems to not have done. It is now a banshee toad, seemingly sort of still incorporeal, and honestly, based on everything, it's immune to. That probably shouldn't have worked, but it doesn't say immutable form, so we'll let it happen. In any case, you see a set of double doors looking to the south from where you've come up on this. You see a set of doors kind of to your, from where you're standing to your left. And and those double doors have the symbol of a lion on them.
Ooh. I'd like to approach it and see if it's locked or not. I'm guessing it is.
You are guessing it is. Yeah, go ahead, Latara.
The lion means it's envy, right?
Correct. Envy was the lion and wrath
Then
was
wait,
the
can we
peritone.
review the rules about all this?
Well, I will actually even say, I'm even going to review one part of the rules here, because let me just triple check which ones start locked. Oh my fucking god.
I was so confused by this.
Me too.
It's genuinely, I understand it. I've played video games. In a D&D game, I feel it is the most needlessly complicated thing in the world. So, right now, you go to this door. It does appear to be locked. So, with the help of Alexis and Elanius, this means that if you want to unlock this lion door, you will need to go and put this crown. Wait.
Because I still have the crown, right?
Yes, hold on.
Okay.
What was
Y'all
that?
hear that?
Yes?
Yeah. Did he just scream, bitch?
Oh, dear.
That wasn't to me.
What did he say?
Was he screaming at the vampires?
Probably. Castlevania, man, it gets serious.
He was. he poked his head in and he was like, "Did they hear that?"
We did.
Yes, we heard it. Explain yourself.
As it happens, meanwhile in this freaking game, yes, as it happens, that door is open. So, right now, the door with Envy's face is open. So the Envy locks are currently open. So if you want to open any other the Periton locks, you will have to go and put the crown on Wrath. Don't put the crown on Envy right now. So complicated.
You have to go all the way back there and put the crown?
Yes. Except today we have 2 player NPCs because we have people not here. So they'll run and go put stuff on locks for you. No question. At this exact moment, though, that is not necessary because the lock is currently open. So basically, currently...
Okay.
I said it was locked at the beginning, then I read and it's not. So that's on me. Right when you first got there, you thought it was locked, then you opened it, no problem.
The lock is open, so we can just walk in if we want.
Yes, and what is in this room is a very 30-foot high balcony. It's only 5 feet wide, and it overlooks a massive banquet hall down below. Based on placement, Rival, you're confident that had you taken the other doors out of the kitchens when you were down there, had you gone right instead of left, you would have entered this banquet hall, where you would have seen a massive, just this very strange giant angrily shoveling food into its mouth. It is sitting at this long, like 40-foot long table. And it is just eating, and it does not appear to have noticed any of you. Go ahead and make a nature check for me, Rival.
Rolling not great on most of these. 7.
You have no idea.
I'm sorry, 8.
No idea what this creature is. But it is eating very angrily, and it does not seem to be aware of any of you right now.
It's eating angrily?
It is just shoveling food in its mouth, and it's got this just really, really angry look on its face.
Can I try to, like, sneak some okay, wait, first of all, is there, like, pepper anywhere nearby?
So you are 30 feet up in the air on a gallery to play music from.
Away.
And I guess I'll add here that you do see at the far end of this hallway, there is a harpsichord. It's the far end the other way, so it's only about 10 feet from where you are. There's another set of double doors beyond this harpsichord. But Alexis, because this is her job, is going to mention to you all that it is radiating transmutation magic.
So the harpsichord is radiating transmutation magic.
Correct. The giant down below, I'll let Latara, why don't you also make a nature check? Let's see if you recognize this kind of creature.
$12.
It just looks like a weird giant. You are not familiar. It, however, is not currently looking up at any of you, so unless Fritzy were to fly down, pick up some pepper, and put it on its food, which there is a pepper grinder you could do, Fritzy, it does not currently seem to be aware of you.
And I try to fly down and sneak some pepper on its food.
Sneak? So you want to do this stealthily, understood.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check. So
Okay.
and oh, I'm hearing myself in someone's. Who's that? I wonder. Well, we'll figure it out.
Shouldn't. Well, let me mute myself. My computer's being really wonky. Sorry.
Oh no. How rude of it. Let's see. Go ahead and make your stealth roll.
Okay. I need Google Chrome to open. Hold on, give me a second. So I know what my bonus is.
Oh.
Come on. Give me a sec. Sorry. My computer's being really bitchy tonight.
Understood. I can even look up your
Okay, yeah, just tell me what my bonus is.
Fritzy, your stealth bonus +6.
21.
This creature is just shoveling food into its mouth, not paying any attention to you. You put pepper all over its food.
Everything.
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Let's just pull up the old stats of one of these guys. This creature breathes in a bunch of this pepper as they take a bite, and you suddenly see it stand up. Now, Fritzy, are you going back up? Are you hiding down there? What's your plan?
Yeah, I back away.
You've returned to the others upstairs. This creature starts inhaling violently while saying the word "ah." I think you all understand what's coming. There's this and at each inhalation there's this moment where time stands still, not through the magic of that is going through this place, but just through its own kind of the tension of this. As it is about to sneeze tremendously, I will have it roll a Constitution saving throw. It fails, and Fritzy, this incredible sneeze, just sends all of the food on the table flying off of it.
Yay.
The loudness of this sneeze actually shakes much of this chamber, and that harpsichord with all the sort of like beautiful painted panels on it kind of up here ready to play kind of shifts, and it cracks.
Oh no!
You also hear it begins to play music, but now it's kind of out of tune.
Oh. Poor harpsichord.
And this giant kind of is like looking up and hearing the harpsichord playing. Are you all? I'll let you guys try to hide up there if you want to, like hit the deck or something, but otherwise it's probably going to see you. You see it looking in your direction, so if you're trying to hide, I'll let you kind of do that as like a quick reaction sort of thing.
Yes, I
I
will.
definitely try to hide.
Understood. Then give me some stealth rolls for all of you.
Nat 20. Sorry.
Uh-oh, Latora.
14.
14, this is a group situation, so actually you make a little more noise, but it's also this harpsichord's banging and you manage to get down, and Moresteel's like, oh my god, this is so exciting, I've never seen anything like it. Sometimes getting caught's not the fun, you know. In any case, as you guys are like, you know, all ducking down, this thing starts screaming, and it starts screaming for more food. And then it stands and it goes to the kitchens and it bends down and busts those door opens and enters the kitchens and starts shouting, and you hear its voice down below. The harpsichord is still kind of playing the music out of tune on its own.
Should we investigate while it's in the kitchen?
Yeah,
Or,
probably.
Rival, what do you think?
yes. We're here. Might as well.
You're welcome.
Win in wherever we are.
You're welcome for making him sneeze.
So what is the plan? What are you all investigating?
Can I just do a good general scan? See if anything pops out.
Sure, make
I want to
an
investigate the harpsichord.
Okay, Fritzy, make an investigation roll on the harpsichord. Rival, make a just general perception check then.
17.
Oh. I am not rolling well. 7.
7. With a 7, you don't really see anything notable up here. You just see kind of like a half-destroyed, banquet hall below you. Fritzy, you believe that this harpsichord is almost half damaged. It's almost halfway to being broken. It's not quite, but it is like if it took any more damage, it would be probably too damaged for it to ever play music again. Repairing it would be doable if somebody were to know like the mending spell.
I think. Wait, my computer will work. I have mending.
You do have mending, actually. Yes.
As a cantrip.
If you would like to spend mending, takes a full minute to cast, and you'll probably have to cast it like 3 or 4 times. But if you're cool to spend 3 or 4 minutes, casting mending to fix this thing, you can do so.
Sure, I'll do it.
All right. So Fritzy begins repairing this harpsichord, sort of restoring each time you cast mending. Basically, you're giving it a hit point back. About halfway through your second casting, you hear loud footsteps, and that giant kind of comes in, sort of sliding. There's icing getting on the top of the doorway as it's carrying in that 8-foot tall cake. You do notice the cake seems to have a hole in it that is the shape of a pixie with an icer, as if it walked it through one of the pixies who just sort of stood there. So there's probably a frosting covered pixie somewhere. But you, as you sort of come and you set it down, or he comes and sets it down and begins eating, he does not seem to be aware of or care about you up there casting your spell. And after a few minutes, you do restore the harpsichord, and it gratefully plays a jaunty little tune for you.
Oh, yay. That's it?
Do I recognize this tune?
Make a history roll.
What the hell? I'm rolling incredibly poorly. It is a 7 again.
You've never heard it. You're not sure you've ever heard music before.
That's fair. Only drunken soldiers trying to sing around a campfire.
Fair enough. With that... Oh, actually, wait. This is the nice game. You should get something for restoring the... I'm confused about this harpsichord's presence. It's not like... whatever. Yeah, there you go. After it finishes playing its music, some of the sheet music that's sitting on top of it kind of swifts up and sort of flaps around like a bird and kind of comes over to you, Fritzy, and just sort of... just sheet music just going... It folds up into like a little paper airplane and just kind of sits there pointing.
Can I grab it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to grab the sheet music.
Okay. It's just, it's still in paper airplane form, and the head of it is sort of like kind of like pointing in various directions. Make an insight roll.
All right. My sheet will load. Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can tell you things if you don't have them handy.
No, my computer's just being a biatch. Okay, 20. Dirty 20.
With a 20, you get the sense that this sheet music is just, is kind of just saying, where are we going? Where? This way? This way? Where are we going? What's happening? Where are we going?
Oh. It's not telling us where to go. It's asking where we're going.
It's inquisitive.
You want to come with us?
The folds of the paper kind of go like this.
Okay, so I'll throw it up in the air and go, come with us.
it waits for you to go a direction. You can exit out the doors on this balcony that lead north, or you can head back out the way you came, or you can go over the edge. Basically, those are your three things. Honestly, going over the edge is 30-foot drop, but, you know, between winged boots and nonsense, I'm sure you guys could handle it if you really wanted to. So is it back out the way you came or through the doors to the north?
Through the doors.
Understood. So you guys head out the doors to the north. You discover a marble hall, very large. The floor has been polished to an almost mirror-like finish. So it's extremely clear on the ground and reflective. The exterior walls here are lined with stained glass. This would be to the, this is sort of to the north and to the east of where you are, so sort of to your right and straight ahead. And the stained glass is remarkable. It depicts fairies, butterflies. It's extremely intoxicating. Honestly, it's what you were expecting coming to Prismere. It's what's on the box. Interestingly, in the middle of this room, there's a glass statue of a long-haired woman in robes atop a dais, her arms outstretched in a welcoming gesture. There's this tiny, kind of incandescent blue sphere suspended in the air next to her head, and you notice that there are dozens of other statues of glass, sparkling and arranged all around this room.
A beautiful glass menagerie.
A beautiful glass menagerie. I will say that, based on recent events and the fact that you did sort of see a programmed illusion of her earlier, the woman in the center definitely looks like Zabilna, a.k.a. Igwilv, a.k.a. Natasha, a.k.a. Tasha, from the depictions you've seen of her.
We haven't stepped in yet, have we?
If you say you have not stepped in yet, you have not.
Can I, like, look at the floor to make sure that there's nothing, like...
Yes. Why don't you make a investigation check on that one?
Come on, don't screw me over. Damn it. It is... oh, that was a 1. Never mind.
1?
I thought it was a 7
well, no, what is it? What does it add up to?
4.
Safest floor you've ever seen, probably not even slippery. It's amazing the things technology can do.
I will march on in then.
Wonderful. You march in. What is everyone else doing? Oh, Fritzy. Actually, yes, Latara, what are you up to?
Yeah, I wanna go and investigate it.
Wonderful.
Me?
As you guys walk in, yeah,
Can
you
I
see
fly
these.
in?
Yeah, you're flying in for sure. You guys go in, and what is everyone's passive perception in this group right now?
Not good.
I think 13.
I swear, Philip, every
13.
single one of my characters is
15?
passive perception 12.
15? With a 15, Latara, you notice, that one of the statues kind of close to you, is wearing earrings, this woman in a beautiful sort of courtly dress that's been carved. And the glass earrings are just still sort of slightly swaying before they come to a stop.
Do I sense like any magic coming from her, or could I ask someone? Who's good at that again?
Alexis will do a
I see.
scan in this
Okay.
room. She will mention that, everything in here, transmutation magic. All the statues, transmutation magic. That weird blue sphere hovering around, kind of next to the center head, major transformation magic, like big time. Like BTE.
Okay.
Do we think that they were changed of their own free will?
Alexis is not sure about that, but why don't you do an Arcana check based on what she's describing? I'll let her spam detect magic, but I won't do rolls on her behalf.
Okay. 21.
You aren't sure that these are not statues. You're not sure that these are not, she's not describing the kind of transmutation magic she's saying and the stuff she's saying doesn't necessarily mean this is people who've been transformed. It means that these are things that can sort of move or shake under certain conditions. They may be moving statues.
Oh.
And in fact, as you're sort of thinking over all of this, that little paper airplane kind of taps you on the shoulder a few times and then kind of points itself back at the harpsichord.
Should we change them back? Asking the paper.
It doesn't really reply to that. It just kind of points at the harpsichord and then kind of like flies around one of the people and sort of just goes.
So we should play the harpsichord? Okay. Can I go play the harpsichord?
Sure. Arrival in Latara, what are you doing?
I'm keeping an eye on Fritzy and listening in.
Okay.
And
I'm not doing anything.
Fritzy's walking out of this chamber. You and Latara and
I thought
Fritzy
she walked into it.
No,
okay,
so
never
basically,
mind.
because the harpsichord's back in the room you just came from.
Right.
But Latara and Rival, you're still in this chamber kind of looking at these statues. What do you... So Fritzy's going out of the room. What are you two doing?
I would like to draw my rapier.
Okay.
Not frog blade.
Okay.
And approach the statues there with the orb, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the orb is just floating like randomly.
It's just like a couple inches in diameter, this blue thing, and it's just floating kind of like right here, like next to the head of it.
I would like to go up and get a closer look.
Okay.
And see what it's made of. Or see if I can tell what it's made of.
Stood. All right, so as you go to make that investigation check, go ahead and roll your investigation check. Latara, what are you doing?
I want to kind of investigate the statues further as well.
The general statues, certainly.
Yeah.
Roll a d6. We'll see which one you wind up on.
Yeah,
I got a 13.
Okay.
1.
We're doing great.
You're just you look over. That's on a d6. That's just which one she's going to. The first one that you find is a glass scullery made. And she's in the middle. It looks like she's made of made of glass, but she's wearing a scullery maid's sort of livery, and she's in the middle of dancing with a glass princess, and she has, and that's the one whose earrings were sort of swaying. They're no longer swaying.
Right, they're no longer swaying. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you're there looking at them. Go ahead and make an investigation check on that as well as you're looking those over.
21.
21. Yes, you are confident that these are glass statues, but based on the nature of their construct, like they're nowhere near as accurate as a real statue. You doubt someone's been turned into this, but you definitely think these are magically created, and they are probably like representations of real people. Is your guess? However, Fritzy, at this point, you've gone over to the harpsichord. The sheet music kind of spreads itself out and puts itself there. Fritzy, are you proficient in harpsichords?
I don't think so.
Wonderful. Then Fritzy, roll a d20 and add just your charisma modifier. So
I am
just
proficient in bagpipe. Oh, well, no, I have a bagpipe.
You're probably also proficient, but it's a notes and instrument. So just your charisma, which I think for you is a 4, probably.
Yeah, +4. Okay.
So roll a d20, add 4 to it as you try to play a little piece of music on this harpsichord.
Alrighty. Fairy magic. 20, dirty 20.
All right. So Fritzy just kind of dung 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 dung, kind of the little plunking sounds as the chords of the harpsichord are plucked rather than hammered on a piano. Suddenly, all of the statues, except for the one you're investigating, Rival, on the dais, begin twirling around the room beautifully and rapidly.
Iconic mansion.
And dangerously, as they are made out of glass. So, Latara, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Cool.
Oh no.
And Morstel's like, oh no, this is a bad scene. We gotta get out of here. What do we got?
14.
With a 14, you do manage to duck and sort of move around. What would you like to do sort of on this turn? Do you just want to kind of keep moving about, or do you want to run out of the room? Do you want to try to grab hold of a statue? You want to attack one?
How dangerous do these things look like coming after us? And
They look like they look like if you hit one, it's gonna shatter,
Okay,
and that
do
might
they look-
hurt.
do they look like they're protecting anything, or they just want to? Why?
I'll say
do I
with
get a sense of why they're attacking us?
They don't seem to be attacking. They're just dancing, and
Or
you're
they're-
just in the way of their sharp glass bodies. It's
Got
that
it.
kind of vibe.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think a roll is required on that. So yeah, do you want to kind of just stay where you are? You can't take the dodge action, so you have advantage on your dex checks. Or...
I'll try and maneuver out of
Okay,
there.
cool. Oh, you're trying to maneuver out. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Make an acrobatics check then.
Okay.
We'll see how elegantly you can do so.
Oh god. Oh. 18.
Yeah, you actually, you see a couple moving, you sort of jump into the arms of this glass farmer without cutting yourself, and he swings you around, and then you kind of just are able to, roll under another one who's doing a little leg twirl, and now you're back out on the thing where Fritzy's playing. Elanius and Alexis are also there. So that's your turn. Rival,
Okay.
you also are around these things. Now, you are not next to one that's moving, the one that's there with the thing. She's not moving, but the others are all sort of spinning about. So you also need to make a dexterity saving throw, but your DC is 1 lower because you're sort of next to one that is stationary.
Okay. That wasn't too bad. It is 16.
With a 16, you're able to sort of kind of stay out of the way of these things. You also think that you could maybe make a run for it to get out of the room, or you could just sort of try to keep dodging and staying here in the center if you want. And Fritzy's just playing, and it's clearly Fritzy playing the music is making them move.
Can I yell, Fritzy, stop the music? And does she hear me?
Ooh. Make a performance roll, Rival.
Me?
Yeah. Let's see if you're heard over the sound of Fritzy's virtuosic playing.
I need to change these die. Performance. Oh, pretty high. 11.
In 11. Fritzy, you hear Rival saying something, and you also hear Latara sort of spinning around in the room. So if you want to turn around and try to get more of a sense of it, you're welcome to. Otherwise, yeah. I would imagine Fritzy has like tongue sticking out of the side of her mouth, and she's like, focus or whatever.
I'll turn around, but I'll keep playing.
Okay,
not
cool.
caring if notes are hitting.
Yeah, you see that all of the statues in that room are spinning around sort of beautifully and perilously.
Do I notice the one that's not moving?
Make a perception check as you play, but it is at disadvantage because you're also playing at the same time.
Oh, bugger. All right. And I rolled a nat 20. 17.
With a 17, you can tell, and actually, conveniently for you, it is directly through the doors from where you'd be sitting, kind of like looking up over the thing. So yeah, you do see that she's sort of by one that is not moving. That is the one that looked like Igwilv or Zabilna. But the other ones are still moving near her.
Okay, so I'll stop playing.
Okay, cool. So you stop playing. All of them instantly freeze. There is this momentary kind of like shh, 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 as certain glass kind of pendular elements of these statues sort of swing in place for a few moments before they too come to a
Can I
stop.
investigate the one that didn't move and see if there's anything worth stealing off of it?
Sure, that's where Rival is, so you go and join Rival at that one. Rival, you rolled, what was your roll on that thing you were looking at?
I think it was like 11.
Yeah, you're it's just this thing. Fritzy, go ahead and make your own investigation roll.
24.
A 24. This blue sphere
Good hide tonight.
is interesting. It appears to be it does appear to be something that is magical, definitely, but also it seems like it's stuck in time. It seems like it is like it should be moving right now. It is a gemstone for sure.
Okay.
And it is of a blue color. And let's see if there's a it is an incandescent blue sphere. So it does glow faintly. It's about an inch and a half, 2 inches in diameter. And it's just kind of glowing there. You may. Rival is standing there. Rival, would you like to say anything, do anything before the rogue does what a rogue does?
Can I because I wanted to snatch it before she could.
Oh, in that case, because you were there and you see her coming to look, I'm going to say the two of you please make a contested sleight of hand check. But Rival, I am going to give you a slight bonus on this because you know you're going to try it and Fritzy does not, and you were kind of waiting there. You're closer. I don't think we'll do a full just advantage. That's easiest. Just roll with advantage, Rival.
Okay.
There's never beating a rogue at this kind of stuff anyway. Although you are a ranger, so you're not terrible.
Sorry, it's contested what?
Sleight of hand. So roll at advantage.
So 21.
Fritzy?
Well, I rolled a 19, which puts me at 25.
Yeah, it's rogues. They're the worst. So Fritzy, you grab.
Although I love the idea of Rival stealing something just to prevent me from stealing it, but
Yeah.
then she is guilty of theft.
So Fritzy, you grab this sphere.
Wow.
I think Alexis did mention that it is radiating some transmutation magic. Fritzy, I would like you to make a straight intelligence roll for me.
Uh-oh.
No, it's not this is not the bad part.
No, this is not the bad part.
Yeah.
Implying the bad part is coming. 13.
Great. With a 13, you suspect this is definitely, since it's a magical thing, this is very shiny and choice. And I mean, it's also glowing. So that's great.
Special. Like me.
So you grab it and you're like, perfect. But then, as you do so,
Oh no.
this creature appears.
Uh-oh.
It is about, and I know we had some trouble with the what's it called, the Ettercaps last time. So just so you know, this dude is about 6 foot. Well, with the spikes on his head, he's like 6'6".
I didn't do it.
So he's a big thing, and as you've grabbed it,
I didn't do it.
he is going to attack you. Now,
Oh, no.
Fritzy, yeah, I'll say that he'll get he'll get one attack at advantage because he is attacking you out of invisibility.
Dang it.
Okay, so this is supposed to be the nice game. On these two, I just rolled a 19 and a 20. So he's gonna hit you pretty hard with his little claws. So Fritzy, my dear, you're gonna take 1. Ooh, I'm rolling low though. Okay, no, I'm not. 11 plus. You take 14 points of slashing damage as this thing slashes for you, and in this very odd, sort of frog-like language, says, let's roll for initiative,
Oh.
you dear friends.
Oh, well, nat 20 on that.
Hey, there you go. When it counts, it counts.
18.
So, Rival, what does that get you to? 24?
23.
23. All right, 23 for old Rival. Fritzy, you were at a what? An 18?
18.
1-8? Sorry.
1-8.
1-8. Beautiful, beautiful. And Latara, what are we looking at?
Nat 20.
Well, what does that get you to? What's your dexterity modifier? Look at you guys.
22.
22. Look at this. 22 Latara. Wow, I think you guys are all going to go before this this mean old. You are. I roll a terrible roll for this gray slot. So, Rival, you see this crazy frog thing appear and attack. Poor Fritzy. What would you like to do?
Okay, so my rapier is already drawn, if you'll recall.
It definitely is. So yes, you can hack slash to your heart's content.
So I would like to cast Zephyr Strike to get close to the creature.
You're very close to it already, but Zephyr Strike is always a good spell to cast. Yeah.
Yeah, because then I get an extra 1d8.
Yep. Great.
So I will attempt that, and then I will. Is that my action, or can I attack it?
You.
And advantage, apparently.
You can do it on one weapon attack on your turn, one time.
Okay, so I would like to.
You want to do that here? Perfect, great.
Yeah.
So you cast this spell. So click off that you've cast one spell, and then make your attack roll at advantage on this poor gray slod who wasn't hurting anyone except for Fritzy, whom he literally hurt.
That's what it counts. 17 plus 5.
Beautiful. So roll. That will be 2d8 plus your dexterity modifier.
It says here 1d8 plus. Oh.
Well, you're doing an extra one for the
Yeah, I know.
And is this your rapier or is this the frog blade?
No, this is my rapier.
Okay, cool.
I don't want to mess anything up anymore right now.
Understood.
Oh, hold on. I'm having. Okay.
Oh yeah, do you have any ranger shenanigans?
Kind of. Yeah.
Do you have what kind of ranger are you? Do you do extra damage as a ranger?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Wait, so that's 6 plus 3, so 9.
9 points of damage. Great. All right. Oh man, this guy doesn't even know what hit him. That's not true. He knows. He saw you do it. All right. So Rival, as you strike, anything else on your turn, you can move away without provoking op attacks if you'd like to.
Yes, I would like to, just in case.
You'll just move? You have an extra 30 feet of movement on your turn.
Can I? No.
Can you
I'll just move against. Well, is there something of note, or is it just the statues, the glass statues?
Just the statues in here. There's no other doors out of this room. It's just the statues and the stained glass windows.
You know what? I will move to be. Wait, where am I in relation to the Zabilna statue?
You were next to it.
Still right next to it?
Yeah, you were there. That's why you were trying to grab for the thing.
Well, I know. I don't know if he was in behind.
No, he kind of jumped up from right behind it and attacked you guys. Yeah.
Okay, so then I will actually move to behind the Zabilna statue, putting it between me and him.
Understood. Okay, so you kind of move over there, so he'd have to kind of come around. So you're going further into the room, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, great. Wonderful. Okay. Latara, you are up. What would you like to do as this great, horrifying, gray slod monster is coming
how
for you?
close is it to me?
You were not nearby, so it can be, we'll say it's 15 feet, 20 feet away, so you're not threatened, but you can get to it.
And I just saw it, attack a Fritzy?
It attacked Fritzy. Like such a jerk would.
What in the heck?
Yeah.
I will. I will unbottle my tincture of horrors.
Oh, baby. Now we're in it. Wonderful. So you unbottle the tincture of horrors. That's very exciting. So, as you unstopper this bottle, there's this like swirling gout of fangs and tentacles and tongues and eyeballs that kind of come out of the bottle as this kind of plasma miasma of just of horrible things, and you send it directly at this dude. Is that correct?
Okay.
Go ahead and make your potion attack roll.
Okay, do I add anything to that?
Yes, you will add whatever if you kind of go up to the right top corner of your sheet, it should tell you your attack roll modifier.
Oh, attack roll. Okay.
It's probably like a +5 or +6 for you right now.
It's a +7.
Well, I'm an asshole then. Forget it. So go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll that.
23.
23 to hit. That definitely hits this creature. So go ahead and what kind of damage is that?
It's 1d4 psychic damage and has disadvantage on all attack rolls against me until the end of my next turn.
Wonderful. Okay, so roll that psychic damage.
What was it? D4? 2.
Wonderful. So you see it kind of like grab its head for a second, like, but it's still focusing on Fritzy. Anything else on your turn? Any bonus actions, other shenanigans?
I believe that is all that's all I
think More Steel knows a cantrip, right?
Ooh.
I think you can always have More
Steel. More Steel? No.
I'm not sure. Check on
I don't
your.
think it's on my sheet.
Did you give her Acid Splash? Does that sound familiar?
Probably.
I think it's Acid Splash.
Okay, yeah, more Steel Acid Splash. From a safe distance, though. I don't
From a
want
safe
More Steel
distance.
engaged.
Wonderful. Okay, so this person will have to jump for that. You do notice that as the spell comes at this gray thing, in spite of the head wound, it sort of preternaturally moves with advantage against anything related to spells. What is your DC up in the top corner of your sheets? What is your spell save DC?
15.
15. It does get out of the way of the acid, which kind of harmlessly splashes on the ground. But a good turn nonetheless. Fritzy, you are up.
Rapier. Can I pull out my rapier and just...
Absolutely. You may pull out your rapier and attack this guy.
Oh, 26 with a nat 20.
A 26 with a nat 20. So you'll do your double damage. And you do have an ally within 5 feet, so you can add your sneak attack to this as well, which is also doubled.
Crap. Okay.
Which is 2d6 more. So you roll 2d8 plus 4d6 plus your dexterity modifier.
How much? 2d8.
2d8 plus 4d6 plus 4.
Do I also get my attack and damage bonus?
That's what the plus 4 is, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So 2d8 is right now we're at 12 plus 4 is 16. And then how many d4s? Jesus.
4d4 at your level.
This is insane.
We haven't done any. This is like you've never snuck attack so far in this
I have
game.
not done this well.
Well, it's mainly because we don't do any combat.
13. 13 plus what I just had.
12?
Yeah.
13 plus 12 plus 4 is 29. Wonderful.
Yep.
All right. Oof. Yeah, that's a good bit of damage to this slot. Anything else on your turn?
Do I have a bonus action?
You do as a rogue, actually. You can dash, disengage, or dodge.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll dash and disengage.
Okay, so you disengage, and are you just going out of this room 30 feet?
Yeah, I'll just slip away.
Wonderful. All right. In response to that, the first thing that you... Well, actually, you don't notice because you're fleeing from it. But since you took the bonus action to disengage, you've just gone 30 feet. Latara and Rival, you notice this creature, the wounds that it had partially heal at the beginning of its turn.
Oh, no.
And it then rushes after Fritzy with a single purpose. Rival, you can have an attack of opportunity on it if you'd like one.
Firebolt.
No, you're not a warcaster. You can just, all you can do is a melee attack.
Oh, damn it. Okay, fine.
You can make it, you can take a swipe with your rapier as he runs, is what I'm saying.
I will do that.
Wonderful.
15.
With a 15, it bounces off his scaly hide, and now this long, sort of, kind of long clawed, sloddy creature, gets to Fritzy, and opens his massively wide mouth and tries to bite the little pixie as she runs. He can just catch up to you to where you got. He will make his first roll on this. That is a 24 to hit.
That freaking hit.
So he shall deal you another wicked 8 points of damage. And now that you're kind of in his jaws, he's going to make another attack against you, but this one is more of a sort of a contest of sort of, he's basically trying to take that thing you just grabbed. So can you you can either make an acrobatics or athletics check.
Let's see here. I will do acrobatics.
I had a, oh, Jesus Christ. You may roll super high, but even so.
Okay. Wish me good numbers. Oh, okay. 23.
23. The status quo is maintained. You have tied with him. So he's trying to pull it away from you, but he cannot get a hold of it. He'll just stab you again with, he'll just rake his claws into you one last time. Ooh, but he rolls a 9, so he is unable to. He kind of like had the teeth in, tried to take the thing, couldn't do it, but he's really mad now as he's just glaring at you. Rival, it's your turn. This thing is now 35 feet from you.
Can I now do a fire? Wait. What is the range of firebolt?
Yeah, it's 120 feet for sure.
Oh, firebolt.
Wonderful. Roll your attack for a firebolt.
Okay, come on. 2 plus 5.
2 plus 5, a 7. The fire hits him in the back and just sort of dissipates. Like you just really didn't summon it. You didn't put enough English on it, you know. Great. That is your turn.
Oh, yes.
Alrighty. Latara, you are now ready to go.
Can I?
You picked the one room that turns into a long combat, I swear. So many places you could have gone. We're just like, oh, here's another funny thing. Yes, Latara.
So just to clarify, the tincture is like a cantrip, so I can keep doing it?
Tincture all day long. Absolutely.
Cool. That's what I'm gonna do for now.
The horrors?
I'll do the horrors again, yeah.
The tincture of horrors. All right, go ahead and roll your attack roll with your horrifying +7.
Cool. 13.
A 13. This time it does not hit. He's able to kind of just like move out of the way, and it sort of glances off of his thick, scaly, gray slod hide. But you can have more steel do another bonus.
Yeah, I'll have more steel acid splash.
Wonderful. So with a little acid splash, he has to make another dex save. He does seem to have advantage on these dex saves, which is so irritating. Wow! But I roll a 1 and a 4. So, does not get out of the way. Go ahead and roll your acid splash is a d6. Oh. And now I get to be such a dick. This is supposed to be the nice game, but whatever, it's fine. 2. It's interesting. You don't do too much acid that splashes on him, and yet it does even less damage than it should have, as if this creature is resistant to acid damage.
That's all we do.
But it's a point of damage is a point of damage. All right, so that's you and more steel, and she's like, He's totally an asshole. He's completely deserved it. Don't imagine that he has a family or anything. But you're doing great.
Thanks.
Fritzy, you're up. He is on you. He's really wants to get that thing.
Can I just like fully disengage and fly away?
Yes, you'll disengage and you'll fly as far as you can. Wonderful. Okay. At this point, you're back in like the chamber with the giant and stuff, right?
I guess.
If you're kind of, if you're going, I mean, you can go 60 feet. Jeez.
I like fly up and as far away.
Yeah.
So you can't reach me?
Yes, you can definitely. Yeah, then you'd fly out over, so you're above that giant below. This is a really cool situation then. What
for
he
us
does?
Or for you?
Well, for chaos, which is what Fritzy really wants. This guy walks into this room and sees you there, Fritzy. And Alexis and Alanius, I don't know why Alanius is not in this fight. I really should roll Alanius into this. I can see Alexis ignoring this, but Alanius is not going to not fight a Slod. I'll roll Alanius in. But this, he sees you over there, Fritzy. And Fritzy, I'll say, roll a d4.
Oh no.
This matters in a fun way.
Is this whether or not the giant notices me?
Kind of. I mean, the giant's well below you, is the good part. 3. Perfect. You are not directly above the giant, but you're sort of in the area, kind of above the giant. All right. So he sees you there, and as you're sort of fluttering around, he understands like the height of the ceilings and stuff here. You see this Slod kind of begin waving his hands and casting a spell. And that is when, centered sort of like, not exactly on you, but just in the area of you, Fritzy, this massive fireball explodes, bursting some of the windows on the walls behind. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
And I get to roll 8d8. Ooh boy, never do this in this game.
Oh boy.
Oh no, that's 3 of them are 6s.
No. Okay. Dexterity saving.
Is someone gonna die in the nice game?
Of the 8,
Fritzy might die.
of the 8d6 I just rolled, 5 were 6s. 3 on the first 4, 2 on the second 4.
Fritzy might die.
That's 30.
Oh shit.
What do we roll?
I rolled a 20. So I'm at 24.
Okay, you do pass, so you will only take half of this, which
Nope, it's still...
is... So rather than taking 44...
Oh, man.
How many hit points do you
I'm
have?
at 2 right now.
Oh, you're at 2. Oh, dear. Okay, well, Fritzy, you do... Fritzy is exploded by this fireball, and she falls down. That's step 1. Step 2, and you fall down into the cake that the Fomorian is eating.
-20.
Now, and you don't have to track your negative. You're unconscious now. You didn't fully die. You're fine. Now,
I just think -20 is funny.
that Fomorian below you, he has to make a dexterity saving throw too, because he was in the area.
Oh no.
Does he have any special with that? No, he doesn't. Fomorian rolls a 10, so he takes all 44 points of damage.
Oh shit.
In addition to that, this Fomorian screams because the cake is on fire, and now there's a dying fairy in it. So he's gonna roll initiative. He's ready to get into it, and
Are you?
he's got an interesting thing. I will say, however, that this Slotty, with the rest of his movement, damning the Fomorian, who even cares, he then leaps off the balcony, taking 3d6 bludgeoning damage as he lands. So those of you looking in from the other room, watch as this Fomorian takes 15 points of damage just landing. And he's clawing his way. He's not to Fritzy yet because he had to run 30. She's 60 feet away, so he jumped off, but he's on his way towards her with his claws out. He just wants that thing so bad. He wants that thing she had. So he takes another, how many points was that? 15. Oh, but you know what? He regained 10 at the beginning of this turn because he's a slot, so he's fine. So, cool. Tight. Rival. So all you see is Fritzy flies out of the room, this thing follows, and then you hear an explosion, maybe a little fairy like, ah, and then a really angry giant screaming, and the sound of burning cake.
Okay. I can't. I will run to where I think Fritzy is going to be.
So you run back into the room where you were, like you're right next to that thing. This slod kind of like half shoved the harpsichord aside, didn't damage it or anything. He's now down like on the table, moving towards Fritzy. The table's like 30 feet long. She's at the far end of it. There's an angry giant freaking out. There's a cake on fire, and you see Fritzy's motionless body smoldering in the cake.
Can I reach her?
No, she's 30 feet down and 30 feet away from you.
Well, can I do I have a flying thing? I think I have a flying potion or something.
You can make your Witchlight wings go out again. But Rival, it took you all your movement even to get to where you are now. So I'll say you can do that as a bonus action. You can fly down to where she is if you want to.
Wait, but if I stay where I am, can I do fire? Oh, wait.
Mm-hmm. Wait.
I can't pick her up with Mage Hand, can I?
Fritzy is too heavy for Mage Hand,
Okay.
and also I think it's out of range because
Just
you're probably within range, but yeah, she's a little far.
Okay.
What is the range of Mage Hand? 60 feet, 30 feet? I think it's 30.
Hold on. Yeah, it's 30.
Yes.
But can she pick up the thing that's on my body and throw it?
I was thinking of that next, but
if you want to try to grab that, it is you are a little far from that. She's 30 feet below you, and she's a few feet down. I'll tell you what you could do, Rival. If you're willing to take falling damage, I would say you could just like jump off the thing. You'll take some damage falling, but then you could use your action to try to grab it with a Mage Hand if you wanted to. Sure.
I will do that.
Okay. So you fall, and you're going to take 3d6, 14 points of damage as you... Okay. But make a dexterity saving throw. Let's see if you're on your feet or not.
12... 17.
So with a 17, you managed to... It's like, oh! You got that just, like, all the joints in your body, like, oh! But... You see this thing crawling over there, and you're like, okay, and you can grab it with Mage Hand. You jumped off, so you're just at 30 feet. So you grab it, and what do you do with it?
Can I fling it toward whatever's running at us?
At the slod?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You can send it to the slod. Sure.
I will.
The slod catches it, and laughs. He looks at you. I'm actually going to have the slod make an insight check to see if you're helping him, or if he thinks that you just screwed up getting it for yourself. He glares at you, thinking you were trying to get it for yourself, and with a long talon goes. That is your turn.
Okay.
But you pulled it and kind of got it to him, and he's got it. Great. Latara, you heard even more shouting and craziness.
Yes. I can't see him anymore though?
Where you are, you would have seen the doorway, so you saw him and then Rival jump off a balcony. You'd have to use a little move. You'd have like 10 feet of movement to get there to see what's going down below.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll use the movement.
Okay, cool. So you use part of your movement. You see them down there. The slot's about 45 feet from you. Rival's about 30 feet down. There's an angry giant just about to freak the fuck out.
So it doesn't look great.
It's a rough situation. Fritzy doesn't look great, certainly.
Yeah, she did. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Question for you, Philip.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of forget when my long rest was and what happened last session, but do I still have a bottle of Conjuring?
It's the nice game, so we'll say that you guys took a bit of a rest so you could, we'll say you did a long rest so that you were, because the long rest are an hour, because you also, you put on those shoes, so sure. You have one bottle of Conjuring. Go for it.
Okay, cool. I am going to.
What will she
Could
bring?
do I have time or enough things, actions to kind of quickly like suss out the situation and be like, what creature type would be best for this?
I will let you consult with More Steel, and so kind of
Okay.
as a bonus, she can't do a bonus action, but the two of you as a bonus action can look at the
Okay.
situation. Yeah, go ahead and roll at advantage because More Steel's helping you. Roll an Arcana check, I guess, unless you'd rather do Nature.
24.
With a 24. Okay, so now I have to think of what would be an interesting situation for here.
Oh no.
Okay. So the two of you are like, God, you have good options, honestly. I mean, that thing is an aberration, and it's trouble. But honestly, you have two options. One is you should get something that can harm these creatures who are attacking. But so Morsteel's like, oh yeah, you can get a gibbering mouther, that would be fun. Or a gelatinous cube, you could do a lot of damage with that. Or she even says, bring in an ogre zombie, they can slug it after the. Or you could just bring in like a healer to save Fritzy. That's kind of boring, but if you want to do.
Wait, so what she's saying, what, a lot of aberrations?
You could bring in a gelatinous cube, you could bring in an ogre zombie, you could bring in a gargoyle, you could bring in a green dragon wormling. I mean, you've got options to go down there and do some damage. And then the last thing she says is, or you could summon a humanoid who's a priest to save Fritzy.
Cool. But all those other ones were aberrations?
No, the gibbering mouther was aberration, the gelatinous cube was an ooze. The ogre zombie was undead. You've got a lot. Oh wait. Oh, you only have aberrations. I'm so sorry. You have aberration. Yeah, you. It's whatever you prepared. So unless you changed what you prepared. Oh,
and
wait.
did I prepare aberrations or?
I'm sorry. Forgive me. It's been so long since. You've prepared aberrations. So basically, here's how she'll phrase it. You can either send out a gibbering mouther to just mess up that guy, or you can use your blood magic to hurt yourself and change it to anything you want, which in this case, Morsteel would recommend a priest. A priest who will show up and save Fritzy.
A priest. Could the priest also hurt people?
Yes, for sure. The priest will have some offensive capabilities.
I'll do the, change it to the... Okay. I'll summon a priest.
So you sort of
draw my blood.
Yeah, how do you draw your blood? What do you use to do it? What is your method of drawing blood?
Ooh. What does Latara have on her? That's sharp.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe one of the bottles that you have clinging against you is kind of cut jagged, and you can just use that.
Don't you have the needle crown?
Oh, you have the needle crown.
I do. I was thinking about that.
Oh, that's metal. If you just pull that out and just go.
Yeah, you know what? That's what I do.
Needles?
I take the needle crown and just jab a bunch of needles.
Oh.
Oh God! So you do that. Roll 2d6. You'll take that many hit points in damage, and you cannot reduce this by any means.
8.
So you take 8 damage. Now, if you don't mind, please roll me a D100.
Yes. 92.
A 92. Oh, amazing.
Oh no.
And actually, roll another D100. We should do the gender as well.
99.
99. Wonderful. All right. So,
What does it mean?
You summon a priest wearing white robes, a holy symbol upon them, and I'm pretty sure you can put these bottles of conjuring, You can do it within 5 feet. You can put it down on the. Oh, actually, no. You can have it up here because they'll have range on their spells. You summon this green-skinned, large-shelled turtle. I don't know if you're familiar with the turtle species, but basically, you have summoned a holy ninja turtle, wearing a holy sort of livery, and they sort of look around and they sort of look at you and say, "Is someone in need of healing?"
Oh, hi. So nice to meet you.
I sense pain.
Yes.
I smell roasting fairy.
Yes, over there. Over there.
Such things will not stand. And then they just sort of march along the balcony and look down on Fritzy and say this healing word down 30 feet to Fritzy below. So Fritzy, you regain 5 hit points.
Nice.
Okay, from 0?
From 0.
All right, we're at 5 now.
And they sort of look back at you, Latara. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you asked me to come here. I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
Oh, thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thank you. Great. Cool. Tight.
Does he say be well?
You should say be well.
Oh, what am I doing? Why am I not rolling a green die for a turtle? No. This turtle practices a more sort of old school religion and is not down with all this newfangled be well nonsense.
He doesn't buy into the wellness craze?
No. This also turtle, this is a gender fluid turtle.
Oh, so they don't buy into it.
So, well, no, I mean, this turtle is accepting of a lot of things, and this turtle has no problem. You can use any pronouns you'd like to for this turtle. But at the same time, this turtle is conservative in some ways. And a big part of it doesn't want to get into a huge thing, but this turtle's going to have a conversation with you all when this is over about, like, what kinds of things lead to this, and a lot of it's this fairy stuff, you know? A lot of it's this wellness stuff. And maybe if you focused a little bit on the more traditional texts, you wouldn't find yourself in these situations. Just saying. But really is so happy that they're here to help a clearly misguided fairy down there. He's thrilled about that. Cool. So, that's Latara's turn. Fritzy, congratulations. You're awake.
I'm awake.
Thanks to a turtle figure up on top who's just healed you. What would you like to do?
Ellen Savior.
You're in a cake. The cake is on fire. You're definitely crispy. You don't have that stone. You glance over, wipe some.
Don't I have resistance to fire damage? So I'm like not worried about that.
You have resistance to fire damage?
Don't I, or something? Because I have those flowers.
Oh, well.
Ooh.
I'll phrase it like this: no such thing has occurred right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can I just like? Okay. Does it look like the toad guy is advancing on us anymore?
The toad guy is currently sneering back at Rival, holding that thing in his talons. I'll say with your awareness, the giant is like pulling up a club right next to you, just looking pissed at everything.
Oh boy. Okay. Can I grab Rival and fly away from the giant?
Okay, so I'll give you this is kind of a complicated thing. You're at the far end of a table.
Okay.
With a giant. The Slod and Rival are at the other end of this, like, 30-foot long table on the other end of the room.
Oh boy.
And then up 30 feet above you, up on the balcony on your side, not on the other side, is... God, I should draw this.
So they're not near me. So I can't.
They are not near you. No, they are 30 feet from you, and then 30 feet up from where you are is that. Oh my god. I need to have just paper here to just
Is a
draw
giant,
nonsense.
if he brings the club down, is he going to hit Rival and everyone else or just me?
Right now, you're the only target. Okay, so G for giant, F for Fritzy on a CAKE. We have balcony. We have T for turtle, S for slod, R for rival, and L for Lotara. Balcony, 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 balcony. Ooh, boy, this is a great one, guys. Okay, so basically, see what's going on here. So, Fritzy, you're here in a cake next to a giant.
Yeah.
Far end of the table, rival just pulled. Actually, and technically, the slot is more like here. So basically, rival, you're here, and you pulled the thing from Fritzy into the hand of the slot, who looked around like, haha, even though that's what you meant. Latara is up here, and she just created a turtle who ran over here and cast down 30 feet on Fritzy.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Where are the doors
The
going
doors,
out?
the doors that you entered from are right here.
Okay.
The doors that that's the doors you originally entered this chamber from. The doors into the room with the dancing glass skeleton or dancing glass statues are here, and the harpsichord is awkwardly like.
How far do I have to fly to be out of range of the giant?
Oh, 5 feet.
Oh,
Not far.
so I could use like Mind Sliver and use my bonus action to dash away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could use your bonus action to disengage. So you could do some. You could do if you want to do the Mind Sliver spell, then you could disengage and fly up to the turtle.
Okay, that's what I would do.
Wonderful. Okay, so go ahead and your mind. Who are you mind slivering?
The giant.
Oof. All right. Go ahead and what kind of roll does the giant have to make then?
It is
Probably something he's really good at.
intelligence save.
Okay. Oh, poor Fomorian. Get Fomorian out of here. All right, fine. 12.
Okay.
I think he'll fail, so go ahead and do your damage.
Yeep, 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 yeep. Okay. D6. Take 1d6 psychic damage and subtract 1d4 from it.
Next saving throw. Oof. You actually might have really screwed him for other ways, and then that's sort of funny in its own.
Okay.
So how much did you roll?
I rolled a 5 on the d6.
Oof. All right. And he has a negative D4 on his next save. Great. Way to go, Fritzy. So Fritzy, with that, you sort of fly up. This giant is angry. Now, Fritzy, you weren't the main person he was mad at, but you kind of are now.
Oh no!
And
Who was he mad at?
you just mind slivered him.
But who was he mad at before me?
The guy who cast a fireball on him. Even so, Fritzy, I'm gonna give you a chance because I know you have 5 hit points and this is the nice game. You can kind of glance down at him if you want to. You have to spend your reaction to do this and just do the most, fluttering, pretty eyes, just like, ooh, me, if you want to. So go ahead and roll a performance check.
Of course I will. I didn't do anything.
Aw, who, me?
Who, me?
I'm just a little fairy.
17. I rolled a 13.
A 17. All right, so that is the DC of his insight check to see that you're full of it.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. No!
He instead turns to the Slod and attempts to, because Fritzy, the rough thing about a Fomorian is he can do this to anyone within 60 feet. He targets the Slod with his evil eye. And you see this. Yeah, because that would have, even had you succeeded, I think it would have been killing you again. And I don't know if you guys even know what a Fomorian looks like, or even why I keep saying this word, but let's show you a beautiful Fomorian. They're just cool, chill dudes. who have never done anything other than just want to eat a bunch of good stuff.
I've never done anything wrong ever in my life.
Yeah, so anyway, he looks at you, but then he's like, fine. Instead, he targets this Slod who has to make a... it's a magical thing, so the Slod does roll at advantage, because of course it does. And what does the Slod's charisma say? Philip asks. No one. And it is a +2, so... Alright, that was not amazing, man. Ooh. But a natural 20 means the Slod is able to avoid much of this, taking only half damage of the 6d8.
Wow.
I'm just going to use I'm just going to use average damage on that. I'm not rolling 68 for NPC on NPC violence. Cool. So that brings us to that actually brings us to the Slod's turn. At which point the Slod is going to cast one more spell and turn invisible. Rival, what's your passive perception? 14? 13. I'll actually have him roll it then. Rival, in the first moment after he's turned invisible, kind of grabbing his head, but like looking at this thing, and he gives you one last, he becomes invisible, and then you see a couple of like pieces of like burned cake that were blown in this direction, sort of shifting on the table as he walks, but then you see him no longer, as he very stealthily is moving elsewhere invisibly.
Oh no! He's too big to be stealthy.
Yeah, the Slod he's gone. So that is his turn. All he does is, well, we won't get into that. Cool.
Uh-oh.
So, Rival,
Uh-huh.
it's now your turn. You are now alone down here with a giant Fomorian who's very angry.
How close is the Fomorian to me?
20 feet. He moved a little bit forward as he did his evil eye.
And he is, can you show me the map and show me where he is and where I am? Sorry, conceptualizing this is very difficult.
Understood.
I have visual, spatial,
so
not goodness in my head.
Slod is now invisible. Who knows where the Slod is? Fritzy has moved up here to the turtle.
Okay.
You are here.
Yes.
Giant is kind of moving this way.
Can I move back into the room with the glass?
You jumped 30 feet down.
Right, I keep forgetting. It's 2 levels.
It's a 2-level room. You guys were in yeah.
Okay, I have 3 uses of the fairy light wings, right?
Yeah, you've only used it once so far.
I will use it once again to fly up.
Okay.
Is Alexis there?
Yes. Actually, she is there. Good point. So Rival, as you do this beautiful thing, the Fomorian sees you and goes, Rival.
Mm-hmm.
Alexis sees you in all your glory.
Uh-huh.
And she pulls the biggest rolling of the eyes that has ever occurred in the Feywild. I actually need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh
no! Okay, that's not bad. 17 plus 3. 20.
You do not have to take any tall poppy damage. Well done. As you just look good, and she just rolls her eyes, and it almost hurts, but then it doesn't. So you guys are all now up there on the gallery. There's a very angry Fomorian who can still look at you and target you. But for now, you're all sort of up there and trying to, probably trying to get out of here. Basically, I assume you're not staying in this room, correct?
Yeah.
Do you want to go back into the glass statue room? There were no other doors that you saw in there, or do you want to go back into the hallway where you first entered this area?
So I'm where did I land?
You've landed up on that gallery. So we'll say all of you, or just like you're hovering over that gallery. So you're all up on that gallery now.
Okay, so I'll just go to where and are we close to each other?
Well, within 30 feet.
I'll move closer to them.
Well, they're at different ends.
I'll move to Fritzy.
Okay. You have
I don't want to hear the lecture.
You have flown from here. You've flown like up here, basically.
Yes.
So do you want to go to the door to get the hell out? Do you want to go all the way over here to Fritzy, or do you want to go to Latara over here?
I'll go to Fritzy.
Okay. You go over to Fritzy. Very good. All right. Don't want to hear the lecture. Well, then don't do Fritzy stuff.
But I am Fritzy.
That's a very tight argument, actually. I can't argue with that. Latara, it is still your turn, or it is now your turn, as well as the turtle's turn.
Oh, wonderful. The turtle and I will go over to them.
Okay. So the turtles are, so basically, yeah, so basically everyone's now together on the far side of this room. Okay.
Yes.
What are you going to do, Latara?
We're all together.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the current situation again?
The current situation is that 30 feet below you is a very angry fey giant called a Fomorian who has shown his ability to look at someone and do dramatic psychic damage to them at a distance.
Cool. So I'm just gonna turn to everybody and I'm like, okay, so do we continue fighting that or do we run away?
Run away. We
Cool.
run away. Fritzy, we're running.
Let's go. We run, Philip.
We run.
Understood. So everyone will use what remains of their actions running. You do all get to go before this creature goes. So we will say, because it's the nice game, otherwise, if it wasn't the nice game, I'd time it out of because you just used your movement to do this and all that good stuff, but it's the nice game. So yes, as it happens, you all do manage to get back out into that hallway whence you originally entered this accursed chamber.
Are we out of initiative?
You are now out of initiative.
Can I cast Goodberry and shove it in Fritzy's face?
Sure. Fritzy,
Wait, what is Goodberry?
Fritzy, you'll have to spend a little time and you'll feel really full at the end of it, but you do regain another 10 hit points.
Oh, yay!
I'm not nice about it either.
And actually, for good measure, this individual you've summoned, this turtle priest will say, "Oh, I'm so happy that you're okay. What a difficult situation you found yourself in. I assume that we're in the Feywild, is that correct?"
Yeah.
Oh, what a just godless place. Well, I want you to know, little fairy, that you're going to be okay. And I'm actually going to do a 3rd level cure wounds on you here. To give you, but I rolled a 2, a 3, and a 1, so actually literally no better than a level 1 had I rolled a 6, so yikes. That is 8 more points for you of hit points.
Okay, so I've gained 18 back?
Gain 18 plus the 5 you got, so you're at 23 right now.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I'm so happy I was here to help. It's a dark place here.
Fruit on me? Can I eat one of those? Or are they?
What fruit? Oh, that you gathered from outside?
Yeah.
You can, actually. Or rather, what you can do is you can grab one.
Okay.
And you look at it, and it is spoiled completely, because they're only good for 10 minutes each.
Bummer. Alright, well, I'm just gonna toss them.
Squelching on the floor.
I was just gonna eat one nonchalantly and be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But
There, you see, there's maggots crawling through them. All right, never mind. Yeah. So your turtle says, "Well, I'm so happy I was here to help. Thank you so much for bringing me here where a lot of good needs to be done."
Are you familiar with this castle?
This castle? No, not specifically. What
But
I'm
you're
familiar with is people finding the wrong kind of guidance.
Oh, with the nonsense that's been going on.
Yes.
With the gurus and the wellness.
Oh, the gurus and the wellness. I mean, wellness is a term that is, if you do what we call some sort of sacred numerology and you take the letters in wellness, they actually spell out several of the levels of the abyss.
Okay.
Really?
They do.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh dear. I'm no judgments here, of course, because the last thing I would ever be is judgmental, but it would appear you are a witch, is that correct?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why
You
are
know,
upset about that?
no, I feel like you could do so much better, that's all.
You know what? There is nothing wrong with her.
Oh, no, of course not.
And if you don't be quiet,
There's
we're going to put you back in whatever bottle you came out
There's
of.
absolutely nothing wrong with my summoner. What is your name?
Me?
Me?
My
or
summoner.
her?
She's talking to you,
Oh.
Latara.
Oh, Latara.
Okay, she's wonderful, Latara.
Thank you.
I don't think there's anything wrong with you. And then she sort of takes your hands and goes, but I think there's something incredibly wrong with what you're choosing to do with your life.
Well, I don't. If that's your opinion.
Well, my opinion and that of my God, yes. But the point is, I'm here to help no matter what. I help anyone. Except for fiends, of course. If there's
Can I just
fiends,
glare with intimidation?
and just kind of, this is pointed at you, yes. Fiends and those of fiendish blood, that's a much more troubling kind of thing, but we didn't have to get into that. And it's not all of their fault, of course.
No, let's not. Let's not get into that. Let's be quiet about all of this.
I understand. I would
Are
never...
you going to heal Fritzy anymore, or should we put you back?
I'm happy to heal. Do you need healing? Are you willing to be healed by divine light? It looks like you hurt your leg when you jumped off of that balcony.
I'm fine.
Are you sure? Because my God is a powerful healer. It might even be able to heal someone with your kind of
Do you
unholy blood.
know anything about Zybilna or Natasha or Tasha?
Well, you said 3 different names who are not all the same person. So I'll make 3 separate checks. I know a lot about Natasha. Tasha, she's a witch. Very bad news. Witch queen. Okay. Again, wonderful potential. A good heart in some instances. Just very misguided. I don't know much about Zybilna. She sounds fey, so that's all very dodgy.
Is that your turtle recall?
Well, Tortle recall, which is actually a closer pun on it.
I thought it was a turtle. Tortle recall.
I am a turtle, yes. And yes, I do, in fact, have a very good memory. That's you know what? Fritzy, is that your name? Fritzy, that's a really good joke. I like that joke a lot. We really, I have to say, in sort of following the path of light and life clerics and such, we really appreciate humor.
Fritzy, no.
So I think that you could bring so much light and joy to people. And I'm so happy that you're alive. I'm so happy you're alive thanks to my healing.
I do celebrate that.
Oh, that is so funny. That is such a funny thing. You know what? That was a very good joke. See?
Oh, I like him. Can we keep him around?
Yes, keep me around because I think I can do a lot of good guiding you all. And Fritzy, let me heal you again real quick. We'll do a second level.
Oh,
Ooh, that time rolled an 8 and what so
I do like healing. It is very useful.
12 points of healing for you.
Oh, huzzah. So
I
that brings
just
me
feel
back
like-
up to my max HP.
Every time I summon someone, they want to force their god or leader upon us.
Does seem to be a theme.
That is a very good point. You know, because you really need to look out for just randos who show up and try to force untested leaders or things on them. Whereas it's so good that you summoned me, a priest of a well-respected, well-established deity who's been around since the beginning of creation.
Rival is just going
Who
to
is that?
go against a wall and sink down.
Who?
Put her head.
Who's your deity?
Over it.
I haven't actually decided which lawful good deity that this person should have. Let's roll a d8 for me, actually. Would that be healing? Oh no, it's a trickery domain. Damn it. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Well, as it happens, I actually follow the halfling ways of Yondala.
Oh. And what kind of ways are those?
Well, just peace and good humor, points at Fritzy. And just, following tradition, not doing weird fey nonsense that corrupts young minds. Just, upholding good virtues.
Have we not had enough of these gurus and gods?
Getting
not what has gotten us here?
never
This
giving
trouble.
into bad impulses such as promiscuity or drunkenness, sort of licentiousness. Going away from
promiscuity
these
and drunkenness can be a lot of fun.
Oh, they
I
can,
think
of course. They're fun for now, but they're not as fun when you spend all of eternity in Gehenna.
What's Gehenna?
Oh, well, it's just one of the lower planes, or the hells, or the abyss, all these places people wind up.
It sounds like where you wind up is really boring.
Oh.
Isn't that where tieflings are? Where are tieflings?
Usually either the abyss or the nine hells, yeah. One of those.
I have to say.
And rival, I'll give you a certain amount of context. Like, those are not places you want to go. They legitimately are like planes of like evil alignment that torment all beings there. You are descended from the fiends who are from there, is the idea.
I will still say, I've heard the abyss isn't that bad.
Oh, well, Rival was your name? Is that your weird name that, like all tieflings is sort of an emotion or a concept rather than a name? Rival, was it? Well, Rival, I'm just gonna say, I really, for your sake, hope you never wind up there.
And I really, for your sake, hope that you be quiet.
I think her name is beautiful.
Well-
I like her name, Rival.
Thank you, Fritzy.
You know what? I'm not here to cause any problems. All I'm here to do is spread the light of Yondala. Really want to say Yolanta, but it's the light of Yondala. I just want to make everyone healed and walk a good path and, rethink some of their choices. She kind of then peers for a moment at Moorsteel and says, like, that little spirit you have there, Latara, that's someone who's made some really bad choices.
Moorsteel?
Like, she's not exactly wrong. I mean,
It's wonderful.
Moorsteel?
oh no, but she's right. I've made a lot of bad choices in my life. I've done a lot of bad stuff.
Oh, Moorsteel's had
Where's the
such
word
an
from it?
interesting, adventurous life. I love hearing about it.
More UTIs than anybody else I know. Well, with that, we'll end tonight's session. With you guys,
Wow.
I don't know why I say the things I do, but sometimes I do, and
Listen. If none of you have ever watched Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, there is a song dedicated to UTIs, and it is amazing.
I watched it for a while.
That song is so good. You should just Google the UTI song. Just do it. It's amazing.
Oh my
It's
god.
fantastic.
Recently had a long conversation about this topic.
Have you ever, speaking of songs about UTIs, has anybody watched any Girls 5 Eva?
No.
It's a really good, it's on Peacock. It's like a Tina Fey show it's about like a girl singing group from the 90s or whatever. Or from like the year 2000, and like Sarah Bareilles is on it, and she sings all these songs.
What?
And it's like her and like Renee Elise Goldberry, and it's like a really good cast.
I'm gonna have to look this up. That sounds amazing.
But one of the songs Sarah Bareilles sings is her song of all her fears, and the lyrics of one of it is like, and I'm afraid that the second I leave town, I'll get a UTI. Why don't they just, and then her lyrics as she's singing like really like soulfully are like, and why don't they sell those pills over the counter? I know just exactly what it is. And I really thought that was funny. But anyway, Moorsteel, I like more steel. And I like whoever the hell this turtle is. I just like people. Oh my god.
You like fake people.
I do like fake people. Well,
I love more steel. It's such a great name. Like, what a name for this
oh,
game.
and it was chosen randomly, right, Laura?
I
Laura,
know,
like
yeah.
you like rolled it on a table, and you
Yeah.
I
got
know.
more steel, and that's
such a perfect name.
every time
Fritzy
she
gets
says her name,
excited
Fritzy's
every
like,
time she
uh-huh.
hears it.
Well, that was a delightful time with Laura, and Liv on Long Lost Lore. Oh, Jesus Christ. I want to thank everyone for watching. If you like what we do here, please follow us and or subscribe. You do get a free subscription if you have Amazon Prime. You can link it to your Twitch account, all that fun stuff. I will say that we're currently in the middle of a half-hearted on my part promotional event whereby if we can get to 100 subs, we have to make a TikTok dance
Yes.
to a song that
We do.
I am already close to finishing composing, and then I'll have to choreograph this incredibly difficult dance in 13/8 time. So check that out. We're here every Monday for Wellness Beyond the Witchlight. On Fridays, we have Blood from a Stone, a horror game featuring some of the hapless victims currently on your screen in a very different context. I described this as the nice game. That is not the nice game. Then on Sundays, we have a game called Here Be Dragons and There Be Dragons. So please check out all of those things if you enjoy what we do here. We so appreciate you watching. Would any of our wonderful players like to mention or plug any things in this world?
Player info is in the About section. If you don't subscribe, like our channel.
Yeah. Like our stuff, follow our socials.
Yeah. Follow all the socials. There's socials on there. Oh wait, should we put all this channel socials on there too, or is that already sort of on there?
Yeah. Follow
It's
Long
already-
Lost Lore on TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah, I think it's on.
It's on there? Yeah, we'll put it on there if it's not. But anyway, oh, and our Discord. We're on Discord, post recaps of all the stuff. So if you want to hear about all the trouble More Steel gets up to, check it out there. But I mean, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, we'll end by saying, be well. Ooh,
Be well.
flowers. Oh wait, I need a free hand to click the button. Damn it.
Thank you.